Austell, Georgia. Where is Austell? We're going to give you that bird's eye view right now. So, Austell, Georgia is located in Cobb County, which is northwest of Atlanta. Now, when you're talking about Austell within the Cobb County area, you're going to refer to it or you're going to hear it referred to as South Cobb, right? And so, some of the other cities we'll get into it where how close they are and things like that on the map. But some of the neighboring cities that you also may be familiar with, if you're not quite familiar with Austell, is Mableton, Marietta, Lithia Springs, Clarksdale, and Powder Springs are going to be just a few of the larger cities that you may have heard of if you haven't heard of Austell. But that'll give you a good little picture of where Austell is located. All right, so Austell is pretty small, so that might be why you haven't heard of it. It's like you're in and you're out. And it's about 7,900 plus people as far as the population. Not very big at all. Quite honestly, when I'm in Austell and I drive through Austell, sometimes I forget if I'm not in Austell and I'm in Mableton because they're that close together. They're like, peanut butter and jelly on a sandwich, right? So, but as far as the proximity from Atlanta, Austell is right here. Atlanta is right there. So it's probably about 10-minute drive for you to be able to get into Atlanta, which is great when it comes to purchasing properties because let me tell you, Atlanta has some taxes, some property taxes for you. So if you're looking to be close to Atlanta, but you don't want to pay those high property taxes that come with it, Austell may be the place for you. Also, Austell is great as far as just like community. It gives me that like small town rustic community feel. So, if you ever seen one of those very old Coca-Cola commercials, right? You have somebody sitting out and drinking a Coca-Cola or whatever, and you have the people in the community coming by chatting and talking. So that gives me the Austell vibe, right? And so you have your auto parts mechanics, not your big boys like your AutoZone and your O'Reilly's or your Goodyear or things like that, although they do have those. But you also have, mom and pop that just was like, hey, I want to open up a mechanic shop, right? Also with the cuisine scene, right? So they have an Austell International Food Market. And so if you like to cook and you like to try different foods from different places in the world, then definitely visit the Austell Farmers Market. If you have a child that you plan on registering into a high school, then it's going to be South Cobb High School. It's going to be the high school for Austell. Now, you may want to do school of choice. We're not going to get that into it today because I'm going to have another video that you can watch that talks about the school of choice and how you can actually go to school in a school that is not in your district. We'll talk about that later, but just for simplicity purposes, if you are living in Austell and you have a child that's going to be attending high school, they're going to be attending the South Cobb High School. All right. And so let's go ahead and jump over to the map. All right. So we've jumped over to the map, as you can see. And so we are in Austell. So where you can see like the dotted red line that's going over, that is the perimeter of Austell, Georgia, right? And so you see other cities like Lithia Springs. You also have Clarksdale. And then you have, you can't see it on the map, but you have Marietta. And you also have Mableton as well. And then Smyrna is up here. And then you also have Powder Springs as well. So within Austell, you're going to have a major road that's going to come through there, which is Thornton Road. And so Thornton Road, you can take the exit to 285 to get you to Lithia Springs. You can also take Powder Springs Road, and that'll carry you up to Powder Springs, Georgia. You also have, 285. You can get in from 285. And then also at the bottom here, you can't see it, but there's I-20. You can get into Austell from I-20. Now, the other major corridor is going to be the east-west connector. So that's where you're going to find like your big box stores and restaurants. it's going to be in that east-west connector, and they have shopping there as well. So if you're looking for, clothes, shoes, things of that nature, you're going to want to go there for the big name brands. Now, Austell is a area where small businesses thrive, and so there are tons of places and restaurants that you definitely can actually go to be able to enjoy yourself without going to, like the big boys or the big girls, right? All right. So in Austell, of course, like I said, you have those big restaurants and big chain stores and things of that nature. But I think the beauty of Austell, in my opinion, is the small businesses. That's where you're going to really feel the community, in my opinion. And so here's a bistro, the Cynical Coffee and Bistro. You want to try definitely. Then you also have, of course, you have different cuisines. And so, if you want to have a Mexican restaurant, there's also, anywhere in Atlanta you can get wings. I mean, it's really on at literally every corner. Okay, so we have no shortage of hot wings. Just like if you're from Savannah, we have no shortage of seafood places. In Atlanta, you have no shortage of hot wings. I don't care if you're on the north side, west, east, south, where you are, there's always a wing spot. But there are just several different cuisines that you can try, and it just feels like you will never run out of options. All right. So in Austell, as well as far as like medical care, the big chain that you're going to hear is going to be Wellstar. So there's a Cobb Wellstar Hospital as well, but they also have several different outpatient centers around the area, whether it's all technically Austell or technically Mableton. It's still close enough. And so you'll be able to, utilize the healthcare system. Now, again, in Cobb, the healthcare system you're going to see is pretty much Wellstar, but Piedmont is starting to get a foot in the door, and so you're also starting to see Piedmont Health System starting to open up different outpatient centers around the Cobb area. Now, some of the things that are to do in the area, outdoors person, and you like to kayak or you like to hike and just walk trails and things of that nature, you definitely want to check out Sweetwater Creek Park. Now, the entrance, there are a few entrances, but you can go to like Lithia Springs to kind of enter in the park. But the Sweetwater Creek does run through several cities. As you can see, it's running right through Austell. So you can go ahead and take a part of that. Now, if you are trying to travel to one of the neighboring cities to, do some type of event, you have C.H. James Parkway, which will run you all the way to the Powder Springs area. You also have Austell Road. On Austell Road, actually, you can get to the International Austell Market that I was talking about. All right, so if you are familiar with Austell, if you've lived there before or you live there currently, go ahead and share your experience. Sound off in the chat. If you are looking and you're still exploring and you don't think Austell may be right for you, check out some of the other videos, the bird's eye view that I do for those particular cities as well. All right, so I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.